Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another week of online learning. I hope you guys had a good weekend, and I just wanted to say good job last week on taking all your learned knowledge of measurement and still remembering those strategies for solving word problems and continuing to show all your work and work so hard at home. It's making me proud, and I'm sure it's making your parents proud as well. But this week we're going to be talking about something completely different, which I'm excited about. So I just wanted to introduce it with a read aloud. So let's get started. Math attack. It was Monday at school, and our teacher, Miss Glass, announced, "Now it's time for arithmetic, class. Can somebody tell me what's 7 times 10? She was looking at me when she said it again. I was thinking so hard all my circuits were loaded. Then all of a sudden my brain just exploded, and numbers flew out of my head by the score. They stuck to the ceiling. They bounced off the floor. Kids in the classroom dived under their chairs. Some pushed through the hall and flew down the stairs. "Enough!" yelled Miss Glass. "You're disrupting the class." She ducked as more numbers went whizzing on past. The next thing I knew, I was sent to the nurse. "Before," said Miss Glass, "matters get any worse." The nurse checked my throat, then peered in my ear. "Oh my," she exclaimed. "Now what have we here? I'm afraid it's a case of arithmetic strain, one that no doubt has scrambled your brain. How did this happen exactly, and when?" I told her it happened on 7 times 10, but as soon as I said it, it started again. Numbers flew out of my head as before. "Gangway!" cried the nurse as she dashed through the door. But like a volcano that's blowing its top, I kept spewing numbers. They just wouldn't stop. They swept through the school, both the front and the back, and the principal shouted, "We're under attack!" At Precinct 11, Sergeant O'Toole was dispatching a unit to check on the school. "Report of a math attack, 2nd and Main. They say there's a kid with a scrambled up brain." The cruiser arrived and it screeched to a halt. Young Officer Green and his partner Carrault asked, "How did this happen exactly, and when?" I told them it happened on 7 times 10. But as soon as I said it, it started again. Numbers swarmed out just like bees from their hives. "Yow!" yelled the cops as they ran for their lives. Everywhere numbers were tumbling down on the schoolyard and houses and streets of the town. They halted the traffic. Horns started blaring. Dogs began barking, and townsfolk stood staring. Suddenly, telephones jingled and jangled as numbers and overhead wires got tangled. A man in a phone booth who tried calling home was connected instead to a sled dog and gnome. To add to the racket, the clock in the tower was crazily bong-bonging every which hour, for 6s and 7s had climbed from its base to join the 12 numbers that circled its face. Meanwhile, as Millie, the grocery store clerk, was ringing an order for old Miss Burke, hundreds of numbers piled high in a cart leaped onto the shelves, giving Millie a start. There they changed prices on jellies and jams, on pickles and peppers and yogurt and yams. Even the sticker on Miss Burke's bread was now reading $10 trillion instead. Back at the school, the Channel 8 News arrived with their TV equipment and crews. "We're live at the school," the anchorman said. The camera zoomed in for a shot of my head. "How did this happen?" he asked me, "and when?" I told him it happened on 7 times 10. But as soon as I said it, it started again. Numbers flew out of my head, helter-skelter. The anchor and cameraman scrambled for shelter. At that very moment, the National Guard completely surrounded the school and the yard. A whirlybird chopper flew low overhead. I groaned and I wished I had stayed home in bed. It's hopeless, I muttered. I'll never remember the 7 times table I learned in September. That's when I heard it, a strange whirring sound as gears in my head started spinning around. My brain was computing. I tried once again to remember the answer to 7 times 10. Eureka! I've got it! I know it! I said, just as the answer shot out of my head. Then like a rocket on 4th of July, a towering 70 lit up the sky. 3 cheers, yelled the crowd. At last, Miss Glass sighed. 10-4, said the cops. My classmates high-fived. I was ready the next day at school. Miss Glass announced, "Now it's time for arithmetic class." Hooray, bring it on, I thought, eager to start, certain I knew the times tables by heart. My brain was unscrambled and working just fine until Miss Glass said, "What's 11 times 9? I hope you guys enjoyed that book. I thought it was cute and a great way to introduce this unit. Do you think you know what we're going to be talking about this week? If you said multiplication, you got it. I know so many of you were so excited to start learning about that in class. And fun fact, we have actually been doing something with Mountain Math that is a great strategy to help with multiplication. Do you think you know what it is? Well, that is your attendance check question for the week. So just comment below by typing in your answer or recording your answer. What strategy that you've been using with Mountain Math all year is a great way to solve multiplication problems? If you don't know it, that's okay. Just do your best and I will comment below yours with the correct answer. I just look forward to hearing from you guys. Have a great week. If you need anything, message me. Bye.